All right,
Uh-huh.
we're here with the man,
Big one.
Hey.
Marcus Stroman of the Toronto Blue Jays. I didn't think we were going to get this one.
The six shooter.
I didn't think we were going to get this one. We shot for it. We actually had to go through some backdoor channels. Marty Mush, of all people.
Mush.
Like, what the hell?
Mush to the moon.
First of all, what are you doing hanging out with Marty Mush? Like, like, how does that come to be? I don't understand that at all.
Right?
So Marty is very good friends with my best friend, also my assistant manager, Joey Botts, who's running around the house right now. But yeah, he's back friends from when we were back home. He lives like 10 minutes from me. We grew up in the same county.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
That is amazing.
Small world.
An odd pairing.
Yeah.
I can't even. I was listening to you talk to Dallas about like pitching mechanics and all this stuff. And it's like, what do you guys even talk about?
Right, like, I
Like,
wanna
how
be there
could he
for 10
ever
minutes.
connect with you on like a mental level?
I don't know. Hey, he's got nothing but good vibes, that dude. Man.
Yeah, no, he's
always-
awesome.
You know what I
Very
mean?
true.
Love
Great
him.
dude, bro. It's
Very
hard.
true.
It's hard to have that to have consistently good vibes around you all the time. To have an individual like that, you got to keep him around. You know.
Well, speaking of good vibes, I mean, we're sitting kind of like on your back porch right now,
Yeah.
overlooking some beautiful scenery here.
Poolside.
Yeah, talk about, you just got this place, you're making it your own. Is this kind of what you envisioned when you were like, all right, big league life, this is my place now?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, man. I used to actually drive over the bridge. This is the bridge from Tampa to Clearwater, so I used to drive this bridge all the time when we used to fly in, and I used to look at these houses and used to always want this house one day, man. So to transition to this house is a dream come true. I'm just renovating it now and just kind of making it exactly like I want.
So you were spending time cruising this.
Yeah,
this
man.
And was it this specific house? Was it
This row of houses, because
Like
it's the
that's-
only row of houses right over here by the airport that jut out into the water that you consistently see when you take the bridge to Clearwater.
So this was,
Yeah.
this was a form of motivation, not because
Yeah.
it's a matter of the neighborhood, but this resembles having made it. This resembles the determination, the blood, the sweat, the hard work, the grind.
Yeah.
Mama, we made it.
Yeah, like that. You manifest it, you know?
That's beautiful.
It's crazy.
Because, I mean, like, you are, like, one of those hard work guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you the first guy to get drafted in the first round out of Duke?
I am.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, like, that's, yeah, like, that kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal. Talk a little bit about, like, how the Duke program shaped you into the pitcher that you are today.
For sure, man. It's just off the top, I mean, Duke is, it's not a university. It's kind of like a family, man. It's such a small-knit, tight community. You only have pretty much 7,000 undergrads.
Yeah.
So you pretty much get to know everyone, all sports, all people. And I still have relationships that I've had there out of sports that I still hold on to this day. So I think it shaped me not even mostly on the field, but definitely off the field, and kind of prepared me mentally for what I was going to face in life.
Well, and speaking of that, I want to get right into the grit. I want to get right into the ball sack. This is what makes Stro.
Yeah.
You go through the ACL injury.
Mm-hmm.
You take it back to school. We're going back to school.
Yeah.
Who the fuck does that? Who's like, you know what? I'm going to be laid up with a major injury to my lower half. I'm a pitcher. That's fairly important. I think I'm going to hit the books. That's
Yeah.
I think that's what I'll do. I'll just put a ton of shit on my plate right now and really grind the axe. Is that an indicator to exactly how Duke did have that impression on you in life?
100%. I'm the type of dude, man, who always needs to be moving.
Sure.
I'm always doing something. Even when away from the field, I'm working on fashion, my business, my family. I'm invested in wine. I read. Like, I'm always doing something to keep my mind going. So once I tore my ACL, and be honest, I had a moment in that room for, like, I promise you, like 3 to 4 minutes, man. It was quick. Got it out. I called my mom in that same room after I tore my ACL, and I was like, hey, let's get Duke rolling. And my mom started the process of getting me enrolled at Duke that day in the same scene, because I knew I didn't want to come down here,
Right.
sit here.
Right.
I would go crazy.
Sure.
So I knew that I always wanted my Duke education. Like,
Sure.
you don't go to Duke University.
And not come away with some paper.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So this was like a silver lining, man. Now that I look back at it, this was perfect. I went back to school, man. It was the best time I've ever had. I learned about my body. That's when I got Nikki Huffman, who's now with the Jays.
Baller.
So it was just like it was just like always almost meant to be, man. It was perfect. I got my degree, was able to walk across stage, which is honestly the highlight of my career to this day.
What was the moment, or were there moments in that time where you're thinking to yourself, "Fuck, man, this might have been a little more than I can chew right now," or was it just a continued full steam ahead approach? Nothing's going to get in my way, because there's got to be moments in time. Because as somebody, like I always say, I'm the fucking captain of the all fragile team. I know what it's like for shit to just not go well and your arm to shit on you. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have moments. What were those moments like? How did you work through them?
Man, it was a fucking grind, bro.
Yeah.
It was
That's
a
the
grind.
grind.
Like, people don't realize that's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Legit, Monday to Saturday, I'd wake up around 6:37. I would stretch. I would eat breakfast quick. I would go to my first workout, which was usually hour and a half, 2 hours. Right from there, I go to class. Right from class, I had my homie bring me clothes. I'd go to my next workout. Same thing. After that workout, I go to night class. I did that for Monday to Friday, and then Saturday I had 2 days. Sunday was off. But this was the most elite grind ever, and I wasn't treated like I had no special treatment. I was sitting in every single class, doing every single paper, taking every single note.
Sure.
So, I mean, after getting through that summer, man, and I came back in 5 months, which
Right.
has never been done.
Never
I
been
think
done.
to this day.
No, hell
5
no.
months.
Come on.
And I made it back for playoffs, so it was perfect, man. It was a perfect summer.
What about that process do you think prepared you for that postseason start? That was something that you had targeted. That was on your calendar because I followed along, man. I've been thoroughly impressed with the work ethic, with the grind, which is why this is a big deal just for me personally to be able to chill with you, to tap into that mindset. What about that process prepared you for that big start, and was that a motivating piece, a brass ring, if you will?
I knew that after that grind, man, like I was saying, going through that summer, I knew I couldn't lose. I knew that I could face anything. I knew that there was no one that could go through what I went through and come out on the other end of it like I did. Because like I said, no one actually saw the day in and day outs of it except me.
You let
Yeah,
ask
get
this.
in here.
You let people cheat off you?
No, man.
Okay.
No.
All right, just making
Hey, I'm a
sure.
good student, man.
Yeah.
It's
That's another thing
integrity
about
check here,
Duke.
character
Yeah,
check
big
here.
integrity check at Duke, man. They don't play around there. You got to do all your own work. That's one of the best prestigious,
wanna make
most
sure that-
best universities in the country.
Wanna
anybody
make sure your
bugging you when
paper's
you were there?
legit.
No, man, it was chill. It was
Really?
calm. It was in the summer, so
Yeah.
most of the athletes are there. Football players, basketball players are back, so it's pretty calm. I wasn't getting bugged at all, man. I got my work in. Like, it was literally, my mind was on go, man. Like, I wanted to get back for the playoffs. Like,
Yep.
that was key. I saw what our team was doing, and as our team was winning, I was just like, let's fucking go.
Motivation, right?
Yeah,
Let's go.
so every week that we kept doing better, like, my body started to climb like another step the next week, man.
Well, they're extending the schedule. They're
Exactly.
extending, you know what I'm saying? They're extending the schedule. They need their boy back. Absolutely.
then-
Got to feel.
And then it started to get to a point, honestly, where like the Blue Jays, like they weren't even sure if I was gonna get back. And then I started to post videos, and then like, holy fuck, like this motherfucker's back.
Like this dude's wheel is rolling.
Yeah.
Like, let's
So,
go.
It was crazy, man. I came in, I stepped in, I went 4-0 in September,
Yeah.
man, on 5.5 months. Like I was pitching with a big fucking brace on my knee, bro.
I remember
Like that. After I came out of that first game, man, I remember like I was winded, bro. Like I took that brace off my knee, bro, and like I almost collapsed, man. People don't realize how much it took to just go out there for those starts.
Sure.
Especially the lead up before the game. Like I
Yeah.
had to show up fucking early as
Yeah.
fuck.
To
man.
get yourself
Wasn't one of those
prepared.
starts
Yeah.
against the Red Sox?
Yeah, one of them
Yeah,
was
'cause
against
I
the Red
remember,
Sox. I
like-
got like the whole AL East. I got the Red Sox, the Yankees, the
Yeah.
Orioles.
Uh-huh.
I got the
Yeah.
Orioles in the clincher. Like it was a sick summer, man.
Yeah, like I remember when you came back. That was, for me, that's what put you on my radar.
Yeah.
And that's why I admire you, is because you're the perfect mix of new school and old school. You're not afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve.
Yeah.
You're passionate on the mound. But, I mean, you know, if you got to protect a teammate, someone's going to catch one in the ribs. Like,
Yeah.
that been there, done that.
For sure, man.
So for a guy like you, because there are still guys that it's like, if a batter pimps a homer off you, is that just, it is what it is? Because if you punch a guy out, you're going to let him know the same way.
100%.
Yeah.
Bro. Like
Fuck,
I don't
get it down, bro.
It's a
Get it
two-way
down.
street.
I don't care, man. Pimp it. But like I said, next time I punch you out in a crucial situation,
Yeah.
don't be upset.
Right.
That's
right.
it. Just
I
don't
wish
be
more
upset.
guys felt that way.
You have
It's
to
just-
feel that way. You
yeah.
have to feel that way,
But a
man.
lot of guys don't. And
That's what's
crazy.
fun, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of guys get like, but like I said, you don't hear me complain when you get a broken, shattered bat single and you're on first
Yeah.
doing
Right.
all this
Ye-
dancing.
yep.
Yeah.
Shattered bat. I'm not on the
Right.
ground doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So if there's a big time and I have a big punchy,
Yeah.
it's as if you're dancing on first base.
Right.
Yes.
Shattered bat.
Yes.
I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Yes.
So we were talking to
Yes,
we were talking to
absolutely.
Pilar earlier about like the atmosphere in Toronto and how crazy it was. Like I remember in 2015, it was the cameras were shaking. Like
whole
for
fucking
big home
place.
runs, cameras were shaking.
Rogers
So-
Center was cracking. Rogers
Yeah.
Center was cracking.
it was insane. So I'm kind of curious because I never saw you pitch at Duke.
Yeah.
Were you as sort of demonstrative on the mound, or is the atmosphere in Toronto, did that also shape that personality for
No,
you
it
as
just
well?
added to it. It just like,
Yeah.
it just like
brings more out of you?
More,
Yeah.
even more confidence. I was doing it at Duke with nobody in the stands. You can ask anybody. I was doing it at Duke. I'd be on campus pitching against Clemson, all Clemson fans in this.
Yeah.
On Duke campus, all Clemson fans, talking shit,
Yeah.
shimmying, dancing. Like I remember one time I was talking to a guy mid windup at third base. as I was delivering, punched him out, and then talked shit to him and walked off. So it's been whatever, man. Like, I'm a competitive dude. Like,
Yeah.
me out on the mound, that's a completely different animal. Like, I tell people, like, I go to a really dark place out there.
Yeah.
And once I come off that lines, it's different, man. I'm
Yeah.
cool, you know what I mean?
So that's the thing is like you are cool and personable. Do you have? But you've only been in one organization for your whole career thus far. Do you have guys that are friends on other teams to where you punch this guy out, you're gonna talk your shit, but then at the end of the game, it's like, all right, we're boys now.
Yeah, 100%. And to be honest with you, if you're like my boy at the field, I'm probably not going to show you up out there. You know what I mean?
I feel like you almost have to
like
double
Mookie's
down
my,
on that.
Mookie's my homie.
Yeah.
But I would never show Mookie up. It's just like a respect
not,
thing. You know what I
not
mean?
everyone's getting Mookie.
There's
though.
exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
But there's like a respect thing.
Right.
Things. But like you said, at the end of the day, if you can't differentiate between me on the field and me off the field, then it's okay. I'm okay with you not being able to do that because, like I said, for me to be my best out there, that's what I need to do.
That's how you got to roll. That's
One of the things you were talking to Dallas about earlier before we started recording was your mechanics and how much time are you putting in away from the field on your mechanics?
Man. Too much. I spend a lot of time in the weight room, man. A lot. Like I spend more time. I focus more on my body and the way my body moves, more so than I even focus on the actual pitches. I'm the type of pitcher when I get my body exactly where it needs to be in position, I'll do anything. I'll throw a curveball, backdoor, I'll throw a cutter, front throw, I'll throw a chain, like it'll be perfect. But when my body's synced up. So I do a lot. I'll be in here just doing balance drills in my room, just like going through my progression. Like I'm always trying to find muscle memory. And once I can find that exact elite spot, if I could repeat that 100, 115 times a game, which I'm at now, I'm going to be pretty special.
All right, well, here comes my curiosity then, because look, you're finger fucking the hitter mentally up there when you're pausing, when you're disrupting timing. We understand that what we're doing on the mound is the art of disrupting timing.
100%.
Do you ever find yourself out of position and having to recalibrate on the fly? And is there a fear that at times you could, as our instructors have told us, don't get too cute? Is there a fear that at times do you have to reel yourself in like, yo, you're basically doing a fucking gyro out there? Maybe reel it in. Is there ever that thought? I love every minute of it.
And to be honest with you, I don't have that thought. When I'm good, when my body's good, I can do whatever out there on the mound.
Yes.
It doesn't matter, man. I'm so repeatable. I've gotten to the point where I'm strong and stable in my delivery. I can pause, I can drop down, I can do whatever I want. But that's taken so much time in the weight room to get to that position.
For sure.
So, like you said, it's all about disrupting timing. And the more I talk to hitters, I pick hitters' brains more than probably. I know a lot of pitchers do, but I probably pick it more than any pitcher.
You sit in on the hitters' meetings?
I don't, but I have. Okay. I'm more just go right to hitters and sit there and talk to them.
Gotcha.
And the biggest thing is always timing. I've talked to Nick Castellanos, who's one of the homies, and he said, Stro, when you're on, he said, you're the worst dance partner. He said, hitting is rhythm, you know what I mean?
Big time.
He said, when you're going good, bro, he's like, you're the worst dance partner because you're not moving with me. I don't know what to do.
There's no not social cue. There's no physical cue. There's
100%.
No timing mechanism.
Exactly.
And that's, I have the front row seat to watch Daniel Mingden, overhead guy, double
pause.
pump, triple pump. He'll fucking just go.
Exactly.
And you can watch him compete. And it's amazing because you can see the time. Like I was somebody who could read a swing. I needed to hone every tool that we had possible at our disposal, reading the swings, and you can just see guys completely off balance. What are some of the things that you look for as you're studying film or you're trying to pick up on something in a hitter?
I'm looking at leg kick. I'm looking at hand movement.
Okay.
I'm looking at, do these guys get flustered if they have to sit in the box for too long? I'm be honest, all hitters want to have the same rhythm. So I'm just trying to be different every pitch, man. I'm going to get to that point when I can. I might pause here. I might quick pitch. I might do slow here. I might have a little submarine this year. Like, it doesn't matter, man.
You heard it here. It's fucking come in. It's coming down Periscope.
You know what I mean? You just got to have fun with it, man. Like you said, like I've got my body, where most pitchers, you want to be repeatable.
Yep.
But I promise you, if you break down my end point, no matter my shimmy, whatever I do, I'm
spot.
repeatable, man.
Same
spot.
Yeah.
Love that.
One of the things that I love talking to guys about that were on the team, the World Baseball Classic USA team.
Yes.
Your experience with that. I mean, the MVP
Yeah, man.
of the World Baseball
I get
Classic.
fucking goosebumps
for
just talking about
Team
this.
USA.
Bro.
I have 'em.
Champions, Jim Leland's team. What was
Yeah.
it like for you to sort of participate in something like that? And also, I mean, from an experience thing, but also from a body preparation, because those are purpose pitches. Those are high impact pitches when maybe your body's just not even ready for that type of competition.
I mean, man, when I got that call, I was all in.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't even a second, man. Like I said, I was
flow.
like, start training a little earlier and get my body ready. I got that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's your
Like,
wheelhouse. That's
Joe
wheelhouse.
Torre called me. He was like, "Hey, do you want to play for Team USA?" Like, am I not gonna say no?
Next question.
Next question. Like, I'll be there the following. What is it? 2021 or 20? I'll be there again. But yeah, I would have never said no to that. I'm happy. This is the best time I've ever had playing baseball. The most fun. The most obviously the group of guys you're around. It's nothing but all stars
Right.
and you're taking care of like your elite. So, and obviously the cities we were in, Miami, San Diego, and LA, it was perfect, man.
Big league cities.
But I tell people that first game I pitched against the Dominican Republic was the loudest game I probably ever pitched in. And I pitched in Game 5
Yes,
in the wild card game. I pitched both those games. But this game had instruments. You know what I mean, bro?
Yes.
I walked out, bro, to pitch to go warm up, man, and I remember like almost going like this because of how loud the horns were.
The drums, the
And the
horns,
drums.
and the what are they called? Vuvuzelas or
Yeah.
vuvuzelas or
Yep.
something? Yeah. Oh my
Dude,
I'm
nuts.
trying to get this guy. I'm trying to get him out to winter ball. Stro, have you
Yeah,
ever played winter ball?
I've never, but they say it has the same exact feel as
is.
it did
Oh,
there,
bro.
and I would love it.
Bro, it is.
Yeah.
It's lit. It
I
is
hear it's unbelievably
lit.
lit. So yeah, man, it was a no-brainer playing for him. You know what I mean? Once they asked, I was like, absolutely. But as far as preparation, yeah, it's tough because you got to get ready a lot earlier.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, I think last year I was a little fucked up because I ended up throwing a lot that year. I threw 200 innings
Yep.
the previous
Plus,
year.
yeah.
Then the following spring training, I started up early to get ready for WBC.
Yep.
Then I threw another 200 innings on top of that.
Yep.
So my thought, and the thought from everybody that's a normal thought, is take a little bit more time, which now in retrospect, I shouldn't have done. I'm the type of guy who likes to do more.
Grind.
So last year, my arm was playing catch up the whole year.
Yep.
So now I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? I'm good. But yeah, it definitely takes a different, you just have to start preparing your body
Yeah.
a little earlier.
Are you a guy that kind of goes day by day, or do you have long-term goals? Not like obviously World Series is one, Cy Young another,
Yeah.
but like 200 innings, 32 starts, like 200 strikeouts, anything like that.
200
that you're
innings,
looking at?
man.
Yeah.
Like 200 innings is always personally, that's always my goal.
Yep.
I know nowadays that's kind of like getting less and less thought of as elite, but for me, I think that makes you elite, especially in the AL East.
Yeah.
If I can go out there and get 200 innings in the AL East, that tells you that I'm deep in the games.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my team in games. I'm saving the bullpen. I'm doing a lot of positive things for my teams, which you might not get thought about in this day. I'm not punching out 300 people, but I'm bringing value, unbelievable value to my team.
Yeah.
Well,
and
that's-
you're pitching in a ton of hitter-friendly ballparks.
Yeah, this is the
And
best
in
division in
Fenway
baseball. Let's get that. Let's get
Yeah.
that straight, man.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that.
Speaking of the AL East, have you ever had a moment pitching at the Trop where you were like, "What the fuck?" was that?" Like, even if you weren't even pitching, even if you were just like in the dugout, being like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Hey, I was pitching. Get this. I was pitching at the Trop against Archer. Actually, I think we were just talking about this recently. Archer's like a homie of mine. Lights went
dude.
completely out, like mid game.
Oh, bro.
Mid game, full pitch, lights out. Like
Yeah.
I didn't have to go under the tunnel, like throw, stay warm. We had to wait for the lights to come back on. So I remember that, bro.
I was on the mound.
Yep.
In between innings, I'm warming up. Same thing happens. A
Lights.
clap of thunder. I shit you not. I dropped my glove and I hit the ground. The lights
Transformer.
went out, and I fucking ran straight into the dugout. And,
Yeah.
and everybody was just kind of still standing on the field. And I was like, no, dog.
Yeah.
No, not where I'm from. I'm out
They
of
gotta
here.
move over here.
I'm
man.
out of here.
Easily. Who's been your favorite teammate?
That's tough, man. Wow. I've had a lot of good teammates, man. You're putting me on the spot.
Joe, I know Joey Bats has had a big impact on you.
That's
So
my guy,
without you
bro.
having to pick a favorite, why don't you talk about the impact that Joe Bats has had? Because I know it's been
Yeah.
a deep-rooted one.
He's had an impact on me in all segments of my life, honestly. So if you talk about timing, Joey Bats, in my first ever, get this guy, this is how forward thinking he is. In my first ever big league start, ever, against the Kansas City Royals in Toronto, we're up. I'm pitching pretty well, like fifth inning, we're up like by a good amount of runs. This guy sits down next to me and says, Stro, it's first start. Stro, why don't you start messing with the timing, like of hitters? He's like, the only thing that messes me up as a hitter is when guys like pause on delivery, quick pitch. He's like, that's the only thing that can throw me off my rhythm. He told me that in 2014. First big league start, he told me that. You know what I mean?
Visionary.
Visionary.
He
So-
saw it in you.
He saw it. So like that kind of put it in my head. And then like as
No
I started
way.
to get more comfortable, I'm like started to get stronger. I'm like and started to see the results.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can pause here. He's gonna load twice. I'm gonna throw a hanger. He's gonna take it.
Right.
Okay. You know what I mean? So it's
love
like
it.
you start to see the different plays what pausing and doing do, like the quick pitch, like right when a guy like turns his head to say go, like
Sure.
you better be ready to hit. That's fair game.
No, absolutely. You're in the box, bro.
You're in the box.
You're in the
Right.
box.
So he put that into my head very early.
That's awesome.
But off the field too, man. He's been like kind of a mentor of mine that I'll go to on any segment of my life, whether it be whatever I'm dealing with. He lives 10 minutes down the road. But yeah, man, his body, like I said, that guy takes care of his body better than any athlete in the game. He's whatever he is, mid-30s, but he's got the body of a like 21-year-old. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like an Adonis.
That's right.
Obviously, you've made it a part of your personal brand, but how sick are you of answering questions about like your height? And when you're on the mound, like,
Yeah.
because I'm not a tall guy either.
Yeah.
Pitching in high school is just like, yeah, like I don't feel like I'm not like a 6'6" guy.
No,
if
man.
you overpower a guy, that's all you need to know. If you're pumping mid-90s, doesn't matter how tall you are.
I'm 5'7", man. I would never wish to be any taller. Like I'm straight. Like
I'll give you another
love it.
5'8".
You can give me 5'8".
Give
I'm
you
5'7" officially.
Program.
But like you said, man, like I'm at the point where I like it. Like it doesn't matter, like you said, because I'm at the point where like I remember sitting in all the meetings, on the draft meetings, and be like, all right, Stro, 5'7", you're gonna be a one-inning guy. Boom. Now it's like those same people that were saying that are now saying like, all right, you're not gonna be an elite starter. You were just saying I wasn't
You're
gonna
moving
be a
the bar.
reliever.
Right. You're moving the bar.
Now I'm throwing 200 innings. You know what I mean?
What's
So
up?
I'm good, man. I like where I'm at. Like I said, my body, I feel like I go out there and throw 300 innings a year.
I want you to talk about HDMH, height don't measure heart, because believe it or not, parents let their kids listen to this shit. And people understand, people are motivated by certain things. Talk about what sort of impact children have had on you, because I've seen you reach out to kids on social media. I've seen parents reach out to you on social media and just praise you and thank you for the interaction, for being that beacon of hope for kids who are already sort of maybe up against it because they're not walking tall physically in the world.
Yeah, no, just honestly, man, just at the end of the day, like I'm trying to be just a true role model. I feel like nowadays it's few and far between that you have positive role models in the world nowadays. So as far as height doesn't measure heart, that's something I started saying when I was in college, probably in 2009. Organically grew into a brand, just started saying it, tweeting it. People started to run with it. We're now up to like 60 to 70 tattoos of
Damn.
people having the logo on them, man. It's getting pretty
That's
crazy.
dope.
And we get orders from everywhere, but it's all run by my family. Stands for Height Doesn't Measure Heart. And like you said, it's just built off that idea of being the underdog, like knowing that you're okay, but having the whole world go against you and say that you can't, and kind of inside knowing that, okay, I can do this no matter what.
So here's the thing. I would love to get that tattoo because I fuck with the message, but then
Yeah.
I'd be conceding that I'm short and I'm not going to do that.
That's true. Hey, but if you break it down, height doesn't measure heart. It kind of can. It applies to anybody of any stature if you really think about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've
layered,
had.
Jared. It's
It's
layered.
funny, but I have people who are like 6'8", 6'9" that buy my brand, bro. Like,
Really?
we make 2X for this reason.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it kind of applies both ways.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm 6'6" mentally.
Yeah. exactly.
Speaking of size of men, your dad is a monster.
A fufucking house.
This guy is huge.
Tank.
What does he do? Like, does he fight crime?
He's a cop. My dad's a
He
cop.
is a cop.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
fucking
So he does fight
superhero.
crime.
So my
He's a real-life
dad,
superhero.
my dad used to be an undercover DT, detective,
Yes.
all growing up. Now he's just a little older. Now he's doing identity theft mostly.
Okay.
But yeah, he grew up like my whole upbringing, man. He used to drive around like a green,
Unmarked?
green unmarked Ford Mustang, and he used to be cool with like all the homies, bro. He used to take me everywhere, but he's a G, man, my pops. But honestly, I get my work ethic from my pops, bro. My pops to this day, he's however old he is, he don't miss a day in the gym, man.
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning, he's in there.
Yeah. I mean, sticking to family, didn't you change your number for your grandmother?
Yes.
So talk about her, because Dallas, another guy heavily influenced by
Oh,
his
today's my
grandmother.
grandma's birthday, bro.
Oh, hell yeah. Shout out to Stro's grandmother.
Shouts to
Oh,
Grandma
yeah.
Stro.
Yeah, rest,
What's
have-
good?
rest in peace.
That's
Yeah.
awesome,
This
man.
is, so talk about her influence on you.
My grandma was honestly the reason why I'm so positive and vibrant and like this is part of the reason my grandma. That's how she was. That's how she went about life. You can never tell if she was down, no matter what she was going through. She acted as if she was 100 all the time. You know what I mean? And she lived life. She liked to have everyone over. She liked to go and do things. She lived with this energy, which I try and live with now. So I miss my grandma. The only thing I wish she could have seen was my debut. She passed away my junior year. So my draft year in the fall, which was tough, which kind of like that pushed me to get
Sure,
to that
get it
first
done.
round. You know what I
Get it
mean?
done.
So she's still with me everywhere I go, man. Talk to her often, and like I said, I know she's with me.
Is that where you get the because you do a great job of taking care of the folks around you. You do a great job of remembering the people who have helped you along the way. You bring people up. I tell Jared all the time,
100%.
there's faucets and there's drains in this world.
Yeah.
Which one are you?
Definitely not a drain. I'm pouring energy into everybody.
Yes, you are. That is without a doubt a fact. I obviously Joe Bass has had the influence on you. I want to ask you, when was the moment in time you get to the big leagues and you realize, fuck, I'm here. This is the show. This is now. This ain't the Stro show yet. It's just the show, and I'm here. I am in the big leagues.
I think it was probably towards the end of my rookie season.
Okay.
Like when I transitioned, I honestly never felt like I was there until I felt like I deserved and earned my way there. You know what I mean? So early on, I like start to start, like I knew I was pretty much going start to start. I knew that if I went out there and I didn't deal, like I was gonna be sent down, which I kind of liked.
Plane ride.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it was that pressure. You know what I mean? It almost gave you that playoff pressure without having it.
Yep.
I felt like that going out there, like shit. I better fucking deal today, or else I'm gonna be back. So I think at the end of that year, my rookie year, I put together like a bunch of really good starts, and at the end of that year, going into the offseason, I was like, I'm a big leaguer, like I'm ready to rock now to kind of transition.
Yeah.
Next season, I ended up doing this, but all kind of uphill from there.
Yeah, we were at Braves camp a couple days ago talking to Donaldson, and he shared the story about when he had the blow up with Gibby in the dugout, and then after the game, he was like, "Yeah, no, I was just asking him what kind of cologne he wears."
Yeah.
What's your funniest Gibby story?
Oh my God. Bro.
He is a gem.
Yeah,
He is a gem.
Bro. Honestly, it's just probably just the day-to-day, the interaction, his voice, man. Like,
Yeah.
I miss his voice, his mumble, like,
Yeah, man.
that distinct mumble,
Yeah.
man. And to hear him chirp umpires, like, from
Yeah.
the dugout with that mumble, man.
yeah.
I'm going to miss that, bro.
Do you have any, Dallas always talks about Wolfie stories when he's like giving you the whole repertoire right back at you. Does he do that to you?
Jim Wolf, the umpire. You know who he is?
No. Does Gibby give?
No.
Oh,
no, it's Wolf. He's asking you.
Yeah, Jim Wolf,
Have
the
you met
umpire.
him, or do you-
No, I don't know. I don't have very good interaction with umps, man.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so let me hear about that. because-
What's the worst one then?
yeah, what's the worst one?
Interaction with umps?
Yeah.
What's the worst one? You guys are trying to transition. I'm not. No, honestly,
names,
I have
no
no
names.
problems with umps, man. I just they get frustrated with me sometimes because of my pauses.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And it's and I get it from their perspective. I
Right.
get it.
You're
I
fucking
get
with
it.
them too, dog.
I get it. You know what I mean? But I'm just trying to get outs, man.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm just trying to get out to the AL East. Like,
It's hard.
you need to throw Mookie Betts and JD Martinez's timing off, bro.
Yeah, what's up?
If
It's
these
hard.
guys are on rhythm, they're gonna smack anything.
Right.
It don't matter what pitch you throw. Sometimes people don't realize.
Fact.
If they're in rhythm, they'll hit any pitch. That's how good these guys are.
So for a guy like you that does sort of disrupt the rhythm of hitters, who's a guy that you can do that to and they still just give you fits?
Well, I'm pretty selective with who I do it to.
Yeah.
I won't do it to guys who are pretty structured, like who are pretty grounded and don't move. Like Judge doesn't move. He's kind of like there. I'm looking for mostly leg kick guys and mostly guys who have a lot going on with their hands. So the guys who are mostly still guys, I don't mess with. I might mess with it just to throw it in their head.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking to actually like use it as a tool against them.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like Donaldson, for instance, would be a guy with like
Huge leg kick.
Huge
Yeah.
leg kick. Like I'd come and try to pause on him because he's another guy. If he's in rhythm with that leg and he lands,
Yeah.
it don't matter. What,
Yeah.
it don't matter what you're throwing.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, look for guys like that.
Yeah, I when I think about disruption of timing, I think about body movement. I think about. Do you have? Is there anything to gamesmanship for you in terms of stepping off, shit like that? He's gonna step out. You'll step off. You'll step out. Do you like to play dirty?
He's basically saying this.
I
because
don't.
he's
I
the
don't
dirty
use that. You do.
motherfucker.
That is.
Yeah.
Hey, that works though
In
too
terms
because
of keeping dudes on first base.
that's the same thing. You're messing with timing. But I don't play that game. I'll play with it here, and I play with it in my delivery. A lot of guys do play that game. They'll step off, hold the ball. You're messing with the guy here and also in his motion. So I'm all for disrupting timing. That's a method as well. I just don't go to that. I'm a guy who likes to be in rhythm on the mound always.
Yeah.
And then like I'm in rhythm, but I pause now.
Yep.
Oh, now I'm going slower. You know what I mean? I kind of just like to play off that.
Yeah. So obviously playing for the Toronto Blue Jays, RIP Montreal Expos, you guys are the only team in town, in the entire country.
Yeah.
So For a guy like you, is it hard for you to walk down the street because you guys are like that team in the entire country, or is it kind of like everyone says if Mike Trout walks down the street in New York City, no one's gonna know who he is, but like for you guys in Toronto, it's like you guys are the biggest show in town.
Well, you funny you say that because, yeah, we'll get recognized. Like,
Yeah.
I'll get recognized, but I walk to and from the park with fans every single day. Like, if you go and follow my story after, like, I dip out. Like, I'm pretty quick out. Like, I'm usually there early, and I'm pretty quick out after. I'm literally walking with fans, hoodie on, and like taking like Instagrams, like dude, like fans in my jersey.
have no clue.
No, dude. Sometimes I like tag like a guy in my jersey in my back, be like, "Hey, sick game, whatever," and keep walking. Like me and this guy would just be mobbing. It's pretty funny, man. But yeah, Canadians, man, honestly, best fan base, bro. Most supportive. Like I love Canada, man. Love, and we have obviously, like you said, we have fan base coast to coast. So
Right.
when we're in Seattle, it's a home game for us, bro. It's nuts, man. Nothing but love for all my Canadians, bro. And I honestly wish that I could be there for a long time.
What do you do? What do you do for fun away from the field in Canada? Like spots to go. Have you ever been to the CN Tower?
Yeah, I did all that early.
You ever dangled off the CN Tower up top?
Would never do that.
Dog, come on.
You did it?
Yeah.
Did you get it on here?
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
sick. That's
Oh, yeah.
My sister wants to do it, man. I don't know. I'm not one for like skydiving.
No?
I'm not trying to.
See, I've been jumping out of planes.
I'm not trying to increase my chances. Yeah, I like my life, man.
Yeah.
I like my life. I don't want to increase my chances
Yeah.
to not live.
Yeah. Who has been besides obviously you talked about Jose Bautista, but positional player, who's been the most influential guy for you? Could be a coach, could be a former teammate, current teammate, pitcher that has been the most influential in your career.
I've had so many, man. People are forgetting I came up with like Mark Burley, LaTroy Hawkins.
No,
Yeah,
Burley was a huge.
Burley was
impact.
huge for me. Burley was
a
huge.
impact for me, bro. When iPads first came out, when I was in the
Yeah,
big leagues,
yeah.
I bought 2 of them, and I took them to our video guy and said, "Fill this one up with Jamie Moyer, and
This one
fill
with
this
Burley."
one up with Mark Burley."
Yeah. So Burley was huge, man. Like my first ever spring training, I was in his group.
Yeah.
So he was like, Stro, come here. Stro, do this. Stro, no. Stro, no. Stro, no. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of love for Burley. DP, man, Price. Like
sure.
I got so much love for Price, man. Like, and I know it's Barstool's Boston, so like I can't put into words, man, how unbelievable of a dude in and out that man is. Like on, off the field. Like you can't meet a better human being than that guy.
Quality.
Yeah, man.
extremely
And they're
quality.
hard to find people like that in this world.
Well,
so.
even as a competitor playing against him, a ton of respect for him. But off the field, like it's just a
Like will
fucking-
give you everything off his back,
right,
bro.
like legit, right off of his
right
back.
off of his back.
No questions asked.
Love that man.
Quality
How often you
human
guys keep in touch?
A lot, man.
Yeah.
Often, yeah. And he like, if I shoot him a text, man, he'll answer right back just like that. If I call
Yeah.
him, he'll answer right back. So he loves Mike Stud as well. We have,
Yeah, yeah.
We bond over Mike Stud. He always hit
Okay.
me up like, Stro, give me that new stud.
Yeah,
Send him the new tracks.
Hey, what's up? I mean, speaking of the new tracks, I mean, you're featured, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're up there doing your thing. Too.
I'm
You're doing
working,
shit,
man. I'm working on some things.
Yeah,
bro.
you got a studio in the spot.
I do.
Yeah,
Got a little studio,
yeah.
man.
So what is that? I mean, as far as shit, again, keeping you away from the game, or
Yeah.
keeping your mind off the game, is that something that allows you to tap into a different side of Stro?
Yeah, man, it's great. I've been writing for a long time.
Okay.
I've been writing, like, if you go on my notes, I've been writing lyrics from time. So now this is just like the next step to like get it off my chest. And it's like you said, it's a great way to get away from baseball.
Yep.
And it's great for my mental, you know what I mean? Just to go in there, just listen to music, listen to beats, kind of forget about everything else. And it works out. It's like the perfect hour rather than going home after a game and play Fortnite or games or drink beers, man. I might go to the studio for 2 or 3 hours, make some music, go home and go to sleep. So it just fits my vibe perfect, man. Like, bring some vino, some wine in there, chill,
get right.
bring the homies in there and just kind of make music, man. It's calm.
How many games does Mike Stud get to go see you pitch?
Man, Mike Stud is a loyal supporter, bro.
He
Like, he
is.
comes out, bro, but he's
Yeah.
like the realest, man. Like, he won't wear another jersey on stage but mine, pretty much, man. That's like, if he's in Boston and there's someone there, but he's pretty loyal, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, he comes out. He's busy, man. He's making music, always on tour. But if he gets an opportunity to come out, he'll come out. He was just here. He had the opportunity to kick it here for 2 days. Just vibed out. Threw him in the hyperbaric. He's been on tour for like 70 days, so
Yep.
he was a little on edge. So got his vibes right before he left.
So I like to ask this question to pitchers in the league. Some of them don't like to answer it. Some of them do. If you take your pitch repertoire, lay it out on the table, you can take one pitch and trade it with another guy in the league. You lose your pitch, but you get his of the same kind. Who you trading? What
Woo,
pitch
I like
are you
this.
trading and who you taking?
Man, I like pitchers, bro. Like, hey, I'm the first guy to like. I like promoting pictures, man.
Yeah.
I think everyone's nasty, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I could just run you
'Cause
through
you are.
now.
'Cause
know-
you are.
Yeah, yeah. I want like Sales Slider.
Yeah.
I want this guy's. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of like Walker Bueller film lately, man. He's electric, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's electric. I like pictures, man. I like mechanics. So I like to look for guys like, I'm picky too, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But, like,
Sure.
Bueller's like a guy who's got a lot of rhythm and like he's just synced up perfectly in his
Yes,
mechanics.
it's
So I like that.
it's a ball of energy that
Yep.
just
Exactly.
explodes.
Kluber's another guy, man. Kluber got me right without even getting me right. Like people don't realize. Like one year I went and watched like all Kluber tape when I was struggling, and I ended up changing where I sat on the mound and changing where I put my catcher to exactly where Kluber went. I went off.
Really?
Yeah, like little adjustments like that. People don't realize. Like,
Yeah.
These guys are great for a reason. Like I'm the first thing to go to these guys. If I'm struggling, I'm like, what is this guy doing? I try to find guys who are similar to my repertoire, like who sinks it, who's sly, like why are they so great? Like where are they landing on the mound? What are they doing? Like I'm always trying to pick guys. But as far as that pitch, man,
Yeah. Which one of yours?
so
have
I
you
gotta get
given
rid
up?
of my worst one.
Anyone that you
whichever
want.
one you want. Yeah,
I'm getting rid of my
It's
changeup then, because that's trash. I need to.
I'm trying to think of like who's got like a dirty
Carrasco.
changeup. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a
Cookie.
good one.
Who else got a dirty changeup?
Well, I mean,
Syndergaard's
I was
like
gonna say
blowing
Syndergaard.
93 with a
Yeah, but I don't need the
changeup.
hard. I
Yeah.
need like the almost like
mean,
like the
DeGrom
Johan. I need like
sure.
the Johan,
Oh.
like that change. I want the slow.
Wasn't
change.
like,
Arco Estrada, like
Yeah.
Jordan
Jordan
Hicks has like an 83-mile-an-hour changeup after blowing 105.
105.
Yeah.
That guy's edge. Jordan Hicks. I was watching film of him today. Wow.
Kyle Hendricks, he's got two different changes. He fucking
Hendricks.
cuts it.
Yep, the
and
cut change is nasty.
Filthy.
Yeah.
Filthy.
Yeah, there you go. And he's got good feel with it. He could
Oh,
throw it to both
yeah,
sides of the
uh-huh.
plate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is people don't realize that be able to throw your changeup to both sides of the
Well,
plate.
to make your changeup cut and to
Yeah.
make that move in multiple
Ultimate
directions
feel.
and put it
Ultimate
on, right.
feel.
Well, that's the difference between command and control.
Like you can feel a slider, curveball, heater. To have ultimate command with a pitch that you're gripping like this, Kyle Hendricks, you're a real one.
Yeah.
You know?
I see the tattoo on your hand.
Yeah. Keep your cool.
Whose handwriting is that?
No, this is just handwriting I found.
Okay. So like
This is to not break my hand, honestly.
okay.
I've had some things where I used to when I was younger, so like this is to look at when I'm going through something, just be like, chill out, Stro.
Yeah.
Keep it cool.
Not
So
the
it's not for the
throwing.
mound.
Not the
It's
throwing.
for
It's the money
yeah, it's for like the
making.
bathroom wall.
This hand,
Yeah.
not this hand.
Yeah. So we saw the video that you tweeted of like 16,000 pairs of shoes. Obviously,
Yeah.
big sneakerhead.
Yeah, man.
One of our camera guys that's holding the camera over there. He came prepared. You got to hook him up.
He's
with
got cash. You said he's got cash.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
What are you
Yeah,
trying to buy?
yeah,
You guys trying to buy my stash right
What do
now?
you want? Yeah.
he did his own.
What size are you?
Like usually 10 and a half, 11.
All right, so I might be in the market too. We might have to just
What's-
go to Stro store upstairs.
What was your favorite? What's your favorite pair of sneakers? What's your favorite pair of kicks?
Oof. That's tough, man.
Like, do you
Favorite
get
pair.
sentimental with them, where it's like I was wearing these
Yeah,
for this moment?
I do have like when I was going through all of them, I laid them. This was the first time I ever had the opportunity to lay all my sneakers out.
Emotional.
It was, man. So like I definitely did keep like sentimental ties to certain ones of them, but probably like my first whole wave of Jordans, I got the OG ones that I myself went and found. You know what I mean? And
okay.
hunted down.
Sure.
Before it was cool, like when I was a sneakerhead in high school,
Right.
that I still have to this day. That's all yellowing on the bottom, like probably my OG Concords, OG like cool gray 11s, black cement 3s, OG white cement 3 OGs. I have a pair of Oregon Duck 14s in there. I got some rare ones in there too that I'm blanking on, but I got all the off-white, all Virgil's kicks, like designer kicks. Like I don't think many people are messing with me. I got heat, man. I got heat for days. Like I don't really flex it that much, man. But I promise you, like.
I mean, what do you mean
I
you
got
don't
heat.
flex it that much? You just redid your fucking closet.
Yeah, that's the first time ever I finally got to do it though. I've had all these shoes in bags, man, like
Yeah.
duffels from time where I had to like go and cycle shoes out
Sure.
and like put them, throw them back. You know what I
Right,
mean? So
right.
this was the first time I was like, yo, me and my mom was down here. Me and my mom and my homie, we threw them all out. We laid them all out there in the foyer.
Does she? Who got you? Who got you into the shoe game? Because I'm not 500 pairs deep. I'm not reconstructing my closet type sneakerhead.
Yeah.
But I dabble. My mom got me into that because she had a fucking gajillion shoes. Who got you into the fashion game, or has that just been something that you have kind of gravitated towards as your personality has developed?
Definitely something I've gravitated towards. Like I love fashion, man. I'm really into fashion. I have HTMH, which I do, which is like my clothing apparel line, but I'm in the works of doing a higher end fashion line as well.
That's what I was going to ask.
I got a bunch of things in the work, man. But yeah, clothes, fashion, I've loved from time. I think as far as kicks, I think my parents got me into that when I was young. Like I could recall going back and looking at pictures. Like I have when I was young. I think I was like maybe like 6 or 7 years old. I have the He Got Game 13s on with the reflective.
Yeah.
With the dimples.
logo?
Yeah. So I remember seeing pictures. Like my dad was like putting me in like.
Oh, yeah, he
kicks
was putting
from
you
a
in
young
fire
age.
early.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of just kept that going.
Okay.
And then when you start to get a little money, it's like, oh, I can finally get some kicks now, man.
Right. You ever been to Fashion Week?
Not yet, man, but I will. It's so close to season, man. I'm so like my routine, man. I'm so on my routine.
You don't want to divert.
So like when it comes to training, like I get my best work done here. When I have to train other places, I still get my work in, but it's just not my best work.
Yeah.
So Fashion Week's always like a couple weeks before spring training, so it's tough.
What's the average lifespan of a pair of Marcus Stroman's sneakers?
I keep them, man. If I like them, I keep them.
But like in terms
Yeah.
of like I'm gonna wear these, but like is like I'll wear these for 3 weeks, then I move on to the next pair. It's
Okay.
like, I'll wear them once, but then I'm gonna like just go around the board.
I'm gonna be
here.
honest with you. I don't wear most of them. Most of them, I'll break out if I have an event to go to.
You just want to keep them in your closet?
But I will break them out. I will break
Yeah.
them out. But honestly, I'm always in cream boost. I have a few pair that I'm always in boost. I have my Roger Federer, Jordan collabs. Like there's a few pair that like I kind of interchange. And then for an event, I might go grab the OG3s.
Yeah.
I might go grab the Yeezy, the
Yeah.
Solar Yeezys, or I might go grab the Oregon Duck 14s.
Yeah.
But those sit for most of the time. You know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
sit. As they should. Because
Right.
I want to, honestly, my goal is when I'm like 55, 60, bro, I want to be in like
Still be
designer.
fly. Still be fly.
bro.
Uh-huh.
Breaking out these OG Jordans from
Yes,
time,
yes.
man. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be fresh forever.
But you still have plans. You're giving some away to like charity, correct?
Yeah. So literally, I had 500 pairs. I literally narrowed it down to where I kept probably about 200 through 150 in stores that I'll keep, and the rest I'm gonna donate. But it's around like 100 to 150. I'm gonna donate to charity. I'm working right now with my agents on a couple different lanes, but it's gonna be sick. I don't want to throw any hints, but I'm gonna walk into like a couple schools possibly
Oh,
in
okay.
Toronto and
Okay.
just like show up.
Just
Show up.
There you go.
You know?
That's gonna be.
And then the rest we're gonna also work on possibly auctioning some. Like we're gonna try to do as much as we can to raise and do as much as we can for the youth, man, for the future. Everything's always education and youth for me.
Sure.
I also just got approved for my foundation, which I'll start working on as well at the end of this year.
Oh, awesome.
Which will be
Congratulations.
geared towards youth and education. So I'm excited, man. Bunch of good things in the future.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Fucking A. That's legit.
Yeah, man.
Love that. Obviously, you being a very competitive guy, who's the one guy in baseball history that you would be like, I want to face that guy just as a measuring stick?
Oof. Barry Bonds.
Ooh.
Yeah. Big Bonds friendly podcast.
Oh, yeah, we love
Big
Barry.
Bonds guys.
Do you know
Just
how-
because I
how'd
feel
you
like
pitch him?
he's like that guy, like, I don't know, from at least Meyer, like the most feared. Like when I think most
Oh,
feared
yeah.
hitter
Of
that
all
I've
time.
It's not even
yeah.
close.
Of all
It's really
time.
not even
So-
close for me.
But I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think today's day and age, the hitters in this game are gonna be talked about like Bonds is being talked about. That's how I think the level of talent in this game is, like the Mookie Betts and the JD Martinez. Like these
Yeah.
guys are gonna be like legends like that. To
Yeah.
you don't want to face JD Martinez. Like people
No.
don't realize this guy doesn't have a hole in his swing.
No.
You throw him 94-mile-an-hour sinker like 10 inches off the plate inside, he barrels it.
Yeah,
And he keeps it fair.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's inside outing it.
It's
Yeah.
dumb, man.
He's inside outing it.
He's a
dumb.
psycho when it comes to like the information that he's
Genius,
looking
yeah.
at. Like he's looking at like barreled balls, and
Yeah.
he's taking an iPad and videoing every single swing that he takes during batting practice.
And I'm all for that. If you use
Yeah.
that information for your bet, I use some of it. I'm not a
Yeah.
guy who overuses it or uses it much.
Yeah.
But hey, it can help.
What type of statistics are you looking at for, yourself? Like which ones are most important to you where it's like I need to do better in this area?
Me, honestly, when I'm going good, man, I'm not walking anybody and I'm going deep into games. Like that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Like when you look up at the scoreboard, I'm in the 7th, 8th at 80 pitches. I'm efficient. I got no walks. Like when I'm doing that, everything else kind of honestly takes care of itself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Everything else falls into place when I have that mindset and that goal. Then I start getting punchies. Then I start power pitching. Then I start doing that. Like, that's my goal, man. Go deep. Don't walk, guys.
How does Marcus Stroman take his game now to the next level? What is something you've identified aside from the disruption of timing that we've gotten into? Aside from being healthy, which I know how important that is,
Yeah.
but at times I believe that can be a crutch for us to say, oh, well, if I'm healthy, then
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Why?
Yeah.
Fucking no shit. Well, you're healthy.
100%.
What is it that's going to make you click and take you to where you want to get? What are
Yeah.
you working on?
Consistency. I think I know my potential. I know what I can be. It's just a matter of going out there and putting it together for 32 starts. People don't realize how hard that is to do over the course of a year. But I was there in 2017. You know what I mean? And it's pretty much I know I'm back there to where my body was. But I'm excited. It's pretty much just going out there and keeping my mental clear, man, off the field, putting myself exactly where I need to be on the field, and just going out there and competing. I can't wait for the future, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
For sure.
The future is
Yeah.
arriving very soon in
Yeah.
Toronto. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you got the Vladdies of the world, the Bichettes, the BGOs. You talked about when you came to your first big league camp and a guy like Mark Burley comes and takes you under his wing. Is there a guy in the system right now where you could probably share some information to as they're making their first steps in the big leagues?
Yeah, I'm always spewing out information now, man.
Yeah.
I'm honestly starting to turn into that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was telling me and KP now we're the longest tenure. I'm the longest tenure Blue Jay, which like you think about, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
I
It's
still
like, I
feel
still
like
look at
I'm a
you as
young
like a
guy.
rising star in the
Exactly.
game.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
And I still see myself like that too. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not established yet. I'm still building. You
Right.
know what I mean? But I'm one of the older guys in the clubhouse. So
Right.
yeah, the younger guys are always coming to me and picking my brain, man, on timing, on pitches. Because I'm a guy who has a pretty extensive repertoire, man. And I'm not scared to throw any pitch in any count to whatever hitter. So my progressions and how I think about hitting pitching is very different than normal pitching. So I feel like I have a different perspective to shed light on. And obviously I pitch in the playoffs. I'm in the AL East. I'm seeing the best hitters on the daily. So I have a lot of knowledge to go off. And I love to kind of be that guy to where I can finally be in the position to give knowledge and see that knowledge be put in the game and see it be effective. That's like that's pretty cool.
Right.
Our game is changing.
Yeah.
They are trying to change the game right out from underneath us. I understand that change is coming. Change is good at times. Absolutely. I think evolution is
Sometime.
good. I want to take this time to play a little game, a little fuck, marry, kill. And it is with three of the rule changes. Potential rule changes. The universal DH, the 20-second pitch clock, and the 3-batter minimum. Are you familiar with all of those?
Yeah, the 3-batter minimum, are they serious about that one?
Oh, yeah.
That's real.
For relievers, you're saying, right?
No, because it would
Well-
be it was the same thing as when they started Wade Miley in the playoffs, and then they yanked him after one batter. It's like you can't do that now.
Yeah, wouldn't be able to do that. Like, you bring a guy in, he's got to face, give me 3. Got to happen. Got to happen.
That can't be, man. That one you can't do.
Change the
That
whole
and the
game,
20
yeah.
pitch clock can't do.
Well, the 20 pitch clock.
I can't.
It's like-
I'm gonna have to kill 2.
that's why the pitch clock.
Are you gonna
is
tell Chris
bullshit.
Sale, Corey Kluber, Clayton Kershaw? You gonna tell these guys to throw the ball in 20 seconds?
But you can step up, and then the clock just.
Yeah, you
restarts.
just give him one of these, Johnnies.
Yeah.
No. Let me tell you something. These guys are masters of their craft for a reason, and pre-pitch is a reason. That's where you like get your mind right. Whatever you say to yourself, whatever you got to do to put yourself in that moment to deliver that pitch. Like I said, like Corey Kluber sits there. I feel like he's like calculating something when he sits there. Like Sales like wants to like kill you, and like you can't throw these guys out of their like routine and say, all right, like oh shit, now I gotta go and throw a pitch. No chance. So I'm off of that one, honestly, and. The 3-bat, that I would take like strategy out of it. Like, why would you have lefty-righty matchups? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
they're
The universal DH, man. I want to hit at some point in my career. That'd be cool.
you're trying to write pitchers who write.
I don't hate that.
Is there any fear though, like because this is the stance that I've taken on that, like, and I appreciate a baseball purist at heart.
Yeah.
I love the National League game. I love the strategy that is involved in the National League game. That is baseball. Because as a little kid, you grew up, you want to be a baseball player. You wanted to pitch, you wanted to hit, you
yeah.
wanted to catch the shit in the outfield,
it's
you wanted
cool.
to be a baller at shortstop. Everybody wanted to do that. That's
agree.
baseball. The AL completely castrates that thought. Like, all I got to do is get out there on the mound. I could let shit fly in your ear hole, and I ain't got to worry about it because I'm not stepping up to the dish. And that's a very, very different element to the game. I mean, shit can get handled in the NL that doesn't get handled, can't get handled in the AL. Shit can fester
Well, yeah,
because
it
you don't have
festers,
guys.
Exactly.
So, is there any like fear of blowing out at the dish? I don't want to lose you because you're dropping dick in BP. Like I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I think it's a matter of.
But I want 200 innings, Stro.
No, I would be honestly like I would be very mindful of my hacks. Like I would be very mindful.
So then let me say that right there. Now you're not competing at the level that you would typically.
No, but when I step in that box,
sure. Oh, well, it's not.
I'm
You're
Mookie
not giving
Betts.
shit away.
I'm Mookie Betts when I step in that box, though. Even if I didn't take the hacks during the week,
Okay.
Right.
I still feel like that here.
Okay.
But it's not even the hacks though. You could turn an
Very
ankle,
true.
run
No, very
around the
true.
bag,
Very
pull
true.
a quad.
But I'm not one you want to talk to this about because
Right.
we're athletes. We should be able to run to first base.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I used to pinch run in 2014.
Yeah.
I dove in the head first
Yeah.
in Fenway
Uh-huh.
and scored a run.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm all for, like, I'm dying to pinch run. I'm always asking our
you
managers to
spiked
use
up.
me,
You
man. You know what I
spiked
mean?
up.
Because I feel like I'm being wasted sitting there for 4 days.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, like I said, I think I'm an athlete. Like, running to first, I don't think that's a big deal. Like, I think we should be able to swing the bat and run to first without too many problems.
You absolutely should be, but
Yeah.
a lot of these guys can't. I mean, a lot of these guys are gonna pull their back fat running to first base.
Who would you want to face on the mound? You're in the box, and any pitcher in the game right now, you're like,
I'm in the box.
yeah, you're in the.
Not even
You're
just-
I don't want to face many guys.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
at
thing.
no, but hey, come
Just
on,
to see their shit like live in person, just
Yeah.
to be like, all right, that's
Like,
what
I
it
want to
looks like.
smell it. Yeah, you just want to smell it.
Jordan Hicks probably, but I would take that AB from the very corner of that of the box, bro. Yes, I do want to see what his stuff looks like there.
Oh no, you won't see.
But
it.
I honestly have a
you'll
list.
hear
Hear
it,
it.
though.
You'll
I
hear
have
it.
a list of guys that would never want to face.
Who's
Like the Syndergaard, I would never want to face.
That's fuzzy.
Yeah,
That's 94
never.
with
Jordan Hicks, never want to face. Who's another guy? Just going to AL. Kimbrel, never would want to face Kimbrel, man. He looks like he's gonna like kill you, man.
Thunder.
Yeah.
I'll throw a name out there. Blake Trinan.
Yeah.
Super sanker.
That whole bullpen. What is it?
Disgusting.
Trevino?
Yeah,
The
Trevino.
Trevino shit is nasty.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
Sweet
Trevino,
Lou.
training. Who's and Familia?
Sweet Lou.
Familia's
Yeah, Familia's there.
Yeah.
No,
He's not
Familia's not there.
Rodney's
Familia's
there
back in New York. Fernando
When they
Rodney's
had
there.
they were rolling those three guys out of the bullpen.
Oh,
for
it's tough.
days, bro.
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, it is very tough. And they got the Aussie
Trevino's
Liam Hendricks
nasty, bro.
throwing. Yeah, it's
Oh, I mean the Yankees bullpen's even worse now. Like,
Oh,
now
yeah.
they got Ottavino throwing wiffle balls up there.
Yeah.
yeah.
The Yankees
Chances.
bullpen.
Yeah,
That's
no.
gross.
It's just like, all right,
The
we're playing
starters got to
6
go
innings
like
now.
2 innings.
Right. Yeah,
Good.
it's literally you're playing little league games against the Yankees. If you don't have a
Yeah,
lead
man.
after 6,
They got
see you
some
later.
people don't realize. Even like people are forgetting about like Chad Green. Like
Yeah.
Chad Green is a legit high-end reliever arm. Like he just can't get to the ninth because
Right, it's blocked.
Like,
He's got a
yeah, back on the line,
roadblock.
pal.
Chad, let's talk about the fifth if we need you. How's that
Chad
sound?
Green's probably a legit closer.
Yeah.
On most teams.
Yeah, no doubt.
Legit.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food that you've been introduced to in Canada? Are you a poutine guy?
I do dabble with a little poutine. I'm not huge into poutine, but I
Okay.
do eat it whereas I never used to eat it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you
what I
didn't
mean?
know about it.
Exactly.
You can't just roll up to McDonald's and order it.
See, what else
Actually, in
Canadian?
Canada, you can, my
Well,
friend.
not here. I'm
Oh.
saying, yeah.
At the yard, you can.
True.
What else Canadian? What else? I don't know. I feel like it's not like that. It's not like people always think like Canada like this completely different world.
No,
it's
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
It's
it's
not.
really not, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's really not.
Yeah,
The poutine is the-
only
People are
done
amazing.
Montreal. Yeah, no, they're very friendly. Like the first thing that someone said to me in Canada was sorry. That was the first thing they said.
No, you can't. The people as a whole, man, the best people, the nicest, most genuine people ever.
You are somebody who appreciates the history of the game. One question we like to ask our guys before we let them go is if we could put you in a hot tub time machine and take you back and you can bear witness to any moment in baseball history, what would it be and why?
Probably Pedro Martinez All-Star game. What was the All-Star game?
99.
99.
Yeah.
Just because I have all those pitches on loop on my phone. And I watch it a lot. So, yeah,
Love
Pedro's
that.
my guy. I honestly don't watch many video of like I watch present day video of guys in the game.
Yeah.
But as far as guys who aren't in the game now, I don't watch many video. Pedro's the only guy I go back to.
Yeah.
And yeah, that video he was making like All-Stars look absolutely silly.
It was abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on loop.
Like
Just-
Larkin.
Yeah.
It was Big Max.
Larkin
so
took the
was,
one-handed, like-
Yeah, like I got
Nichols,
no
yeah.
chance. The helicopter
Yeah, I think
later.
Matt Williams was the only dude that didn't strike
Was
out.
it Larry Walker? Was it Larry
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 Walker?
Walker, yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like a strike him out, throw him out with Pudge behind the plate.
But yeah, bro, Pedro, man, that guy, his intensity too, man. Like
Yes.
that intensity, which I try to embody too, man. Like I love that grit. That's what I try to have out there between the lines, man. Like, and people don't realize like we got thrown inside, man. Like we're not trying to hit these guys. I would
Yeah.
never like these are my boys. Like I would never for 1 second try to hurt any of
Right.
these guys, bro.
No.
Yeah.
But for the
Trying to
second
do
that these guys, for the second Judge and Giancarlo and JD Martinez, Mookie Betts get comfortable, they're like, these guys aren't throwing aside.
Yeah.
We're out.
done.
We're defeated.
You're done.
We're defeated. So
You're
it's
done.
like we have to throw in there to keep these guys honest.
You've got to stake claim to one side or the other.
Exactly.
That has to happen because the hitter, and we know this, the hitter doesn't want to. They don't want to admit that they're conceding a side of the plate, but they can't look
100%.
two places at once.
100%.
Up or down, north or south, east or west, side to side. Doesn't matter. They can't do that. So you
But
have to establish.
You know where the best hitters are looking? Middle out, because that's where most pitchers throw. Because
they
most
don't want
guys
to go
don't
in.
want to go in.
And that's where, and that's why I talked about like
I'm going in, man.
reading swings
I'm going
and
in
reading
this year,
takes. Look, get in there.
I'm going in.
Fucking get in there.
I'm going in.
Establish it. Spin to win. In to win.
I'm going in, bro.
All in.
All in. Marcus Stroman, easily one of the easiest guys to root for in Major League Baseball. Thank you so much for letting us into your home to do this.
Thank
And
y'all.
again, I said it to Pilar. I'm going to Toronto. I've never been.
You guys gotta come.
Never been.
It's a vibe, man.
So we're gonna
it's
do
real.
that. We'll get you back
It's
on later in the season.
very real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
we'll do it.
gonna break that Toronto cherry this year.
Let's do it.
Take that to the bank.
Let's go. The 6 shooter.